So here we're going to look at setting up VS Code for web development, specifically client-side web development. All right, so if you don't have it already, you can get VS Code just via the downloads. If you search for VS Code online, you should be able to find it here on this website, so code.visualstudio.com. Again, this is free. It works on, I believe, all operating systems. I'm on a Windows machine, so here I'm just setting it up to run on Windows. Once you have downloaded VS Code and installed it, it's going to look something like this. So this is just the basic layout. Note that if you like to use different color themes, you can go into the extensions here and search for different color themes and install them. I've got a darker color theme here than the default. Okay, once you have VS Code set up, you're going to want a few extensions that will help you with doing your web development. One extension that is already built in is Emmet. If you have used some other code editors for web development before, like Brackets or whatnot, you had to generally install Emmet as like a plugin. It's just installed natively into VS Code now, so you don't actually have to manually install it. However, you may want to change some stuff, so I'm just going to open up the settings here, go to the settings options, and I'm just going to look for Emmet or Emmet related options. And what I wanted to make sure was that this trigger expansion on tab is checked. So, if you build a basic web or if you want to just build a basic skeleton or framework for a website, you can do that, and it'll automatically just expand the code out for you. Or if you're building anything else with Emmet, like like a list object or a paragraph or whatever. Okay, so anyway, that's Emmet. That's already there, but again, you might want to make sure this trigger expansion on tab is selected. Another tool that's really useful, which I should already have installed here, is Live Preview. So this is it. You can see I have it. Sorry, that's it. Live Server. That's what I'm after. So Live Server. This allows you to basically run a website using like a local server. So if you have some like server-side functionality, then it'll still work in kind of a little mock environment. Again, if you just click install there, I don't have that option because I already have it installed. You should be able to set that up. Once it is set up, if you open an HTML file, I'm just going to click on this HTML file here. You should now have this Go Live button down here at the bottom. And if you click Go Live, it basically creates a mock version of the website. Where you can see you have like a port and whatnot that's functional. So if you make a change, if you save or hit Control S, then it will auto update over here, so you don't have to like auto refresh it all the time. So anyway, that's better than just auto refreshing. And again, some things won't work correctly unless you've got like kind of a little fake server setup going. Like server-side technologies. That will be especially an issue when we work with web mapping later. It's fake for loading layers and whatnot. And then if you want to stop this, you can just go down here, and it'll close it'll close the window or the server. So okay, so that's that, and then those are the two big ones. The other one that I wanted to mention is for formatting. So there's different options for this. The one that I tend to use is Prettier. There we go. So this is, again, you can see I have this installed here. This is a formatter for different coding languages. It works with HTML and CSS and JavaScript, which is how we're going to use it in this context. So anyway, when you install this, you should, let me just open up again one of these. Let's mess up some formatting. So I'm just going to change my tabs here so that they're no longer correct. So now if I save it, if I do Control S here to save it, you can see it auto fix that, and that's what Prettier is doing. So it helps you out with your auto formatting, so things like indentations and whatnot. So one thing you'll need to do is make sure that's set up as your default. Let me see here. Oops. Sorry, I need to do this through settings. So So you can see here, default formatter, I have this switched to prettier. There's a bunch of other options there. So I've set that up as my default. And then another thing you want to do is, let's see here, format on save. Here we go. So this editor, format on save, I have that clicked. That means that when I do any saving, like Control S or file save, then it's going to apply the formatter for me. And that's really the main tools that I use in terms of extensions for VS Code.